see. Of all things, to live in darkness must be the worst.
Fear is the only darkness. You think I cannot see. What do you hear?
I hear the water. I hear the birds.
Do you hear your own heartbeat?
No. Old man, how is it that you hear these things?
Young man, how is it that you do not?
Historical momentum. And when I do that, what I see is that the carrier of the field of the cosmic giggle in most people's lives is love.
old I was. Politicking with the dudes that murdered Robocop. Dr. Lecter knows a lot of dope spots to hide the body if you choke a cop. I ain't a player but I'm dope a lot. You must be smoking rocks if you think the summer sand don't own the block. When he holds a Glock, his vision's like the slowest clock. Wake up and smell the mocha drop. Serial killer like I'm Cocoa Pops.
visit the realm of the ancestors. That's how you travel into the future. That's how you break up the tyranny. Psychedelic drug taking. Psychedelic experiences.
I am you and you are me. We will never be alone. I have finally found my place in everything. I have finally found my home. I can leave all of the past behind. I can see right through the whole facade. I am becoming something else. Yeah. I am turning into God. My God. Can you go any faster? Oh my God. I don't think I can last it. My God. Can you go any faster? Oh my God.
this one's complex. Concept, high tech, direct from the cutting edge. Push the sound to the apex, flip the script to the future tense. Brand new design, experimental prototype. System check, set for the test flight, increase the thrust up to overdrive. Altitude rising 10,000 feet clear of the launch. Set a vector to intercept bank, then start steering the course. Engage anti-gravity, travel into a distant galaxy. The space odyssey, approaching warp speed, hypervelocity. Tech direct from the cutting edge. Push the sound to the apex, flip the script to the future tense. Brand new design, experimental prototype. System check, set for the test flight, increase the thrust up to overdrive. Altitude rising 10,000 feet clear of the launch. Set a vector to intercept bank, then start steering the course. Engage anti-gravity, travel into a distant galaxy. The space odyssey, approaching warp speed, hypervelocity.
Massive collapse of the world of modern technology.
bad boy when I wheel it. Good boy, when I go to my cooler, them full of beam and I hustle up ruler. Better be a runner, when I'm in a puma, when this one catch you, when I'm in a shooter. When I like fire, when I go tribal, when I make future, when I make fire, lyrical lava, when I'm in a leader. Can't rip my mind, my mind's like a reaper. Sugar and rain, kindle in flame, I'm in that one who roll in it rock. Make them away, they must have a game. My melon is ready for an alien. I got rumble of thunder, couple of barry bars like a monster. Ripping the dungeon, chilling with gun, them fuel ripping London, rolling with Monday. Calling spirits, ancient culture. Jungle and fire, hungry, that's culture. I'm in emotion, I'm going to conjure. Let me burn them, let me burn ganja, run fire, shot them and ganja. Skull and bones and never structure. That's my crap, the blood is magic. Wrong the blood, man, the witch doctor, no salvation, ritual blood, soul and rise, summoning demons. Scream with fright, show me your feelings. Hallucinations, some sort of rhythm. Shamanism, vision of a prophet, predecessors, them were villains, ancestors, made them to nature. Them were in search of adventure. You're not ready to run the venture. Foreign lands all you done, my homeland with Murk and his stranger.
Written this one with no plans to release, don't need a return. I did it for the wars, put it in the rack, I came for the dirt. Now I'm picking up the speed, man, I dig it in mud. Cold outside, bare ice on the road, but I still got grips, cause the whips from Sweden. Nothing in my ear, can't hear no talk, can't them man I speaking pure Norwegian. Enter the place, we be giving them dirt, by the time they believe they be needing bleach. Them man I be thinking they keeping it clean, but us man I dishing out premium grease. Soon as I turn as a teenager, man I hanging about with a few Ugandans. On my grandma, she was worrying about what you're getting up to with your new companion. See you on Green Gate most of the time, all over Broughton, odd salt and a Delphi. Most of my friends are reds or blues, and they all would agree that we all ain't Chelsea. None of the feeling the trouble as an artist, and trying to monetize the creative practice. Every other day they be coming with the drama, and every day I wish I would've saved the theatrics. Over airport, so I'm picking up my bread, he was in a Montclair on Claremont Road. I'm mad that I said don't go around them, can't luft up in there, I'm bare lost souls. Man, I've been about all over the world, yeah, this year last I've been chilling in Cuba. Most of the holidays coming from yard, but all time I read of them in St. Lucia. We're jumping in the deep end, swimming in dirty water. No, we can't see no ceiling. We're giving them the I said we're jumping in the deep end, swimming in dirty water. No, we can't see no ceiling. We're giving them. Yeah, used to get about in a Saab 9-3 with the cream interior, looking all Swedish. Had to get rid of it though, car did get it with a driving ban like Grealish. Nowadays driving a hybrid, so I gotta plug it in the water, be charging the engine. Them man are dead, they ain't got no depth, that's why I gotta send them to a next dimension. Yes, 3D modeling where the right words you can see, but them lot are all animated. And nothing that they ever came with was original, so how they gonna claim to be called the creative? Us man are finishing them all, they be dead, you be giving them a visit at the funeral home. And them man are G's on the keyboard, but they only doing any killing on Google Chrome. Yeah, the police that arrive on the scene of the crime, they were driving a blue 4-door 4Focus, and them that are claimed that they came with the wave, but it turned out they were surfing. So my J's used to get stressed in the red, I was that, so I had to address the behaviour. Bed just beans to a stand on the land, in the banging on the door of my next door neighbour. The sky like the moon in the morning, and every day I wake up I feel like death. All day long I've been moving morbid, man I got a bow all over the globe. Yeah, this year next we'll be visiting Kingston. Half of the family's coming from Ireland, but all time I've been to them in St. Vincent. We're jumping in the deep end, swimming in dirty water.
に電話する機能。 get down. Yeah. See me, I'm still fighting on. Right now, my grind is strong. I've been doing this for how long? I'm still writing, putting out songs like it's no longer opinion. One of the hardest ones out the kingdom. I got techniques, flows, and wisdom. Some bad habits, I had to bin them. Had to unlearn Babylon's system. Burn it down, no, I can't be a victim. Elevate, gotta keep on lifting. I can feel these energies shifting to a next dimension, drifting. I can tell someone else is listening. I can tell someone else is watching. I can see those curtains twitching, but I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war with a shouting sword in a bag full of ganja. I come through with a thunder, make man ball out, what it bumba. Wake them out of their slumber. Snoozing way too long, man, that's so long, man, what are you under? Tell me, what are you on, G? You are not moving properly, you are not moving right, just. You better move from me with that fuckery. I don't want no involvement, please just back up off me. Take that shit elsewhere, bro, cause I don't wanna turn my zombie. Yeah, I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war with a shouting sword in a bag full of ganja. Come through with a thunder, make man ball out, what it bomba, or what it ras. Cause I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war with a shouting sword in a bag full of ganja. Come through with a thunder, yeah, down in the bunker, down in the bunker, down in the bunker, down in the basement, down in the dungeon. Big bag of that pungent, flavors there in abundance, flavors there by the boatload. I come through with the sounds that's photo. Made this one sat in a dojo. No crew, just me on my solo. No click, just me on my own thing. Play the beat, sit back as I go in. Close your eyes, you can picture the whole thing. Break it down, do it in slow motion. I've been writing, barring, hosting. You was cotching, cruising, coasting. It was my skills I was honing. I've been down in the bunker zoning, just rolling. Down in the bunker zoning. Yeah, cause I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war. Got my shouting sword, big bag of that ganja. That's how we get down in the bunker. Yeah, down in the bunker. Big bag of that. Big bag of that. Down in the bunker, reading the art of with my shouting sword. How you mean?
I know that all of you would shall witness the day that Babylon shall fall.
Down in the bunker, writing these tunes in numbers. Right now when I must have hundreds. My catalogs looking humongous. From here all the way down under. Alright, yeah, I got that hunger. And man's down here, they still wanna sleep, but it's cool cause I bring that thunder. That'll wake them out of their slumber. If it don't, then I do wonder. What are they sleeping under? I got chums with a girl them and a man them even got some baseline bumpers. What's next? Any genre, it's my next style. From this eliminate facts to in a life when I jump on set. Yeah, I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war with a shouting sword in a bag full of ganja. I come through with a thunder, make man ball out, what it bumba. Wake them out of their slumber. Snoozing way too long, man, that's so long, man, what are you under? Tell me, what are you on, G? You are not moving properly, you are not moving right, just. You better move for me with that fuckery. I don't want no involvement, just back up off me. Take that shit elsewhere, bro, cause I don't wanna turn my zombie. Yeah, I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war with a shouting sword in a bag full of ganja. Come through with a thunder, make my ball out, what it bomba, what it rise. Cause I'm down in the bunker, reading the art of war with a shouting sword in a bag full of ganja. Come through with a thunder.
All of you shall witness the day that Babylon shall fall.
Down in the bunker. Yeah, I'm down in the bunker. Big bag of that. This photo sound business. Yes. Old time Nasha. Kid production.
I know that all of you shall witness the day.
Cliff Dweller. It is not a problem. It is a cleverly disguised opportunity. Where there's hope, there is always a way.
lost? It's true what they say, and who was to blame? TV and magazines, they'd have you believe every day is Halloween. Why, when I was a kid, playing in the ditches, living in fear of Satan and the witches. The whole world was made of wood and smelled like gasoline. The days were at least twice as long and the grass was green. Running for my life, I was cursed by a talking snake. I'd walk all day and throw rocks across a bottomless lake. There was a killer in the woods who would whistle. Once in a while I could hear him shoot his pistol, and the other kids hated me. But like a martyr, I drove myself harder and harder. Blood in my eyes, scrubbing to get the dirt off. I didn't say much, didn't like to take my shirt off. Was quick, but I didn't know the meaning of pain yet. I'd visit Father Bob and he would show me his train set, tell me a story, offer me a glass of milk, send me on my way with a question to ask myself. The rain didn't bother me, the search had meaning. Church was good, but I'd rather be dreaming. High-speed horseshoes, harnesses, and heavy string. Problem is today they got an answer for everything. 463, an X, an O, I can't think of a better way to end the day. 463, a punch, a kick, and I can't think of a better way to end the day. 463, a yes, a no, and I can't think of a better way to end the day. 463, it's life, death, and I can't think of a better way to end the day. Learning the words, turning the double play, doing some damage in my own subtle way. I've been all over, I've seen too much, I no longer feel the need to rush. I'm upside down, I'm inside out, broken glass all in my mouth, cut wide open, and everybody knew why. Cause when it comes to rocking something fierce, do I? 463, an X, no, and I can't think of a better way to end the day. 463, a punch and kick, and I can't think of a better way to end the day. 463, a yes, no, and I can't think of a better way to end the day. 463, it's life, death, and I can't think of a better way to end the day.
In the arms of my family.